All right. I'm excited. Here we go. If we make it, yeah, see, J-niche. That's how you do it. All right, got some of that sweet, sweet tech. There we go. Now our runners are matched up. Mazimov, Terrifying Bridge. Couple of excellent runners. Forward to seeing who's going to take this one. What strats are going to be done here. Neither of our competitors are going grade first. I will agree that meeting Cypherin was an absolute pleasure. Dude's a big baller boss. So we're going to see similar routes here. So we're actually going to see where our runners are at all pretty much all times. Compared to each other. Looks like Terrifying Bridge is a bit of a lead here. Bit better movement on the climb so far for Brinstar. Let's see who's this missile. Good movement so far. Opting to jump through and take the damage. Terrifying Bridge gets the missile. Going back to snag the ice beam now, our competitors are. Dodging all the
Alrighty, so
all the Zebs along the way.
real quick here, we do have commentary coming in here to help out. Take over my spot since I am not too Metroid inclined, but the Cove is going to be here to do some commentary for us.
Yeah, hey guys, what's up?
What's going on, good sir?
I'm just happy to watch some amazing Metroid here.
Awesome. As am I. So it looks like you had a tough first match earlier. What was your thoughts on your match and how you played?
I mean, honestly, so I did the same run that I'm going to do next week for the Big 20 or the Big 10. I got the E-Tank before Ridley, like I think both these guys are going to do, and then I went and got the E-Tank before I went down to Kraid, the one that you would normally get or potentially get going to Turian after Kraid, just to be safe. And so like I probably lost about 20 or 30 seconds to J-Nick. I thought I played really, really well, especially the second game. But I mean, J-Nick is just a beast. He went for the Crady tank, which saved him some time. But otherwise, I think he just probably mechanically outplayed me. But I was really happy with what I did. I was like 3 seconds from a PB personally, so I was happy.
Very nice. Can't complain about that. You're playing at that level of your own skill in a tournament setting. All right, so. Both of our still pretty close to each other. Seems to be about the same lead as it's been for the last couple of minutes here. Oh my, okay.
And by lead, you mean completely synced up tied?
Yeah, they just synced up there. I think Mazimov had a much kinder RNG room there than Terrifying Bridge, so you can see what kind of RNG plays for lag in this game. Again, much kinder room for Mazimov, so Mazimov takes a little bit of a lead. The back and forth due to the crappy RNG room for Terrifying Bridge. What a way to go there early on. They're both doing the ice wrap here. Mazimov snags it. Terrifying Bridge snags it. Very well done. heading to Norfair.
Yeah, it's one of the weirdest raps because I feel like it's terrifying when you're trying to learn it, but then once you learn it, it's like easier than the normal up-down rap or down-up rap.
Right. I will agree with that. It's kind of shorter, but you kind of can get a pretty quick feel for it because you're just falling, and then you're just going right until you see the screen move, and that's it. That's all you really need to worry about in that rap. It's short, and it's pretty simple to pull off. Alright, so we got good to see how the movement of both of our runners here are gonna save or lose some time. It's what I like about them both doing the same route here. We can see just what the plan is for both of them and how fresh their movement is. As you can see, McFly at the end of the previous race there in the Mother Brain room just shows you how immensely skilled he is at the game, especially in the Mother Brain fight.
Yeah, it's sad because like our other 3 semifinalists are like incredibly talented and like watching them play is amazing. But I think McFly is just on a different level.
Yeah, that's that years of grinding for you. He was a certified Metroid stud.
I do think all 3 of the other semifinalists I think have just picked this game up in like the last like 8 or 9 months. And they've been running it off and on. Like Mazzy, I think, played it last October for the first time. J-Nick, I think, was around December, and I'm not sure when Breadford Bunch played it, but I think it was around that same time. It's really good to see like a lot of really good play out of new players.
Yeah, I am excited to see this game get some proper look. It's like for the longest time, this game seemed to have like 5 players who kind of took it like really seriously, and that was about it. So the expansion of speedrunning in general, it's glad to see that this game finally gets some real love, and the real, the kind of love that it deserves, that it really doesn't get.
Yeah, I think this game is one of the most brutal games I've ever learned, but once I actually learned how to speedrun it, it became one of the most fun games I've ever speedrun.
That is very true. Again, with talking about the speed tech in here earlier, it's just so good. Like the wraps, the mid-air jumping like you can from the morph ball position, and that which you can also extend to use in like the Mother Brain fight, where you can see McFly or any of the high skilled players just jumping all over the air and stuff. It's so impressive to watch.
Yeah, it really is. Mazzy had a little bit of trouble in the last room falling in the lava, so he lost a little bit of health, but he should be fine. But more importantly, he lost probably about 10 seconds on Terrifyingbridge.
Yeah, that he did, and he's swinging at about half health here and lost pretty significant time at this point. So we're in the room before Ridley.
Yeah, I mean, he can still take one more hit though, because everything in Ridley's hideout gives you 24 damage, and so
yeah.
So Mazzy can take one hit and still be safe to take one on Ridley if he takes a bad hit. But
as long as you have the health to take that one hit, then you're good to go. What? Oh, I was a little confused.
And there was a thunderclap and Terrifyingbridge's. Sorry, that was a toad anecdote.
Oh man, I was wondering there what the heck happened. The capture card just snapped for a second. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, we got our first Ridley kill. Terrifyingbridge. Shortly after, Mazimov is going to join the Ridley kill.
Yeah, looks like only about 6 seconds difference there, so it's good.
Yeah, it's a good race going on here. I like it. Now, do either of these runners know Crate first or have attempted Crate first?
Mazzy definitely runs Crate first.
Okay.
I'm not sure about Terrifyingbridge.
All right.
I've not seen him do Crate first, but I mean he's normally a 100% runner, and so I don't think Crate first really helps you with the 100% because you still have to go around.
Yeah, I can't imagine it does with all the items you have to pick up. But heck, who knows? All right. So yeah, we're gonna start here. We're gonna get our wraps to Crate going on. Pretty much the same old from. You're gonna see the standard Metroid wrap. I'm gonna head out to Hideout 1/Crade's Lair. interesting to see. Now, is the wrap to Kraid, as in Kraid first, faster than going around, or is going around still faster if you have the option to do so?
You know, that's a good question. I guess I've never timed it. We can time it. They both got down here around, or they finished the elevator around like 9:50 or so.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if it gets to be like after 11 minutes by the time they get to Kraid, then I think it would probably be faster to do the wraps, like in between 11 and 11:10.
Interesting.
Apparently, Yogi says that going around is faster.
Going around is faster. Okay. I figured as much, because there's a lot of screen manip wrapping to do, and I feel like that's a little bit slower than just going around. Kraid's layer is not long. Yeah, they're already in one of the last rooms.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like it's probably about 15 seconds faster to go around.
For sure, for sure. Alright, let's see our Kraid fights here.
Mazzy gained a little bit of time there. Maybe just a second or two, but it was some time.
Might gain some time here. Yeah. Wow. Taking it really safe there. Alright. E-Tank's grabbed. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the one place of the run. So that's the one reason I went for, as Mazzy beats it, and Terrifying Bridge is still a little stuck in the sand there. That's the one reason I went for the E-Tank before I went to Kraid's lair, because I didn't want to deal with what Terrifying Bridge is dealing with right now.
That just sucks. That just purely sucks. You have to do the double and get the high jump, and it finally got damage boost out of there. They can still win this fight. They still have the missiles.
Yeah, he's really low in health, though. Oh my gosh.
Wow!
So in Kraid's lair, you take 20 health worth of damage, and so he could not take one more health.
No.
He got it at the last moment.
That was incredibly scary and incredibly clutch. Well done by Terrifying Bridge there, keeping it alive. Unfortunately, they lost about, I'd say, 30 seconds there. So you got some catching up to do.
Yeah, but Mother Brain's room, you never know what's going to happen there.
You absolutely never know what's going to happen. Mazzy takes the third E-Tank. Terrifying could skip that E-Tank, potentially. Try to gain some time.
So I've talked with Mitch a lot about that, and I personally think it's better taking the E-Tank if you're going to have enough missiles, because then you don't have to farm at all. You can just pretty much run through everything. If you know you're going to need to farm missiles, then I think it's at least worth an argument to not grab the E-Tank.
That's a very good point. Very good point. Yeah. Unless you're going to do, like, crazy iceless strats.
Sure, if you're not McFly, then what I said is true. Because I think he's the only person on the planet that's finished an iceless run.
That's unsurprising, to be honest with you. That run looks so absurdly difficult at the end. Alright, so we're going to get some Torian action here very shortly on Mazzy's screen. And Terrifying Bridge trying to gain maybe some movement frames here, coming up really nicely. Oh, that missile did not trigger Ridley's statue there. A little too low, I guess.
One note, I haven't been able to watch a lot of the tournament, but as that bridge comes in, you want to make sure not to go onto the bridge before it's completed, or else you can get stuck there if you don't have bombs.
That's true. That is very true. You gotta delay just a beat.
Not that that's ever happened to me, but...
Indeed. Oh, it looks like Mazzy's missile set, energy set.
Yeah, Mazzy is just on go mode.
Yep. It's straight to Mother Brain at this point. Might gain a little health in the last room just for safety, but we'll see. So all of Turian, you need 93 missiles to get through here successfully. So having 135 already passed the first 2 doors. And even Terrifying Bridge is also a missile set. So...
Barely. He's got, what, 4 extra?
Oh, no, he has what, oh yeah.
Oh, no, 9 extra, because the first one's 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got 9 extra. So not a huge cushion, but still a slight cushion. Might be something to consider and not stop the farm.
I think, honestly, for how good Terrifying Bridge is, I doubt he'll farm. If he's watching the stream, I can guarantee you he won't farm.
Yeah, for sure.
But if he's not watching, there's an outside chance he'll farm, just to be safe, because it's a race and you know, race stuff. But I would think he's not going to farm.
Yeah, it could be invaluable time gain here, as Mazzy's in the final room here, taking the Zebatites out. And yep, that is correct. Terrifying Bridge does not farm any extra missiles. Mazzy's had some issues, falling on the floor a couple of times here.
I find the first 2 sections, I think, are a lot tougher than the rest. I think Mazzy will kind of get it together here for the rest of them.
Mazzy losing a lot of those extra missiles right there.
He's got 1 billion, though. He's still got 90.
Or not Mazzy, I'm sorry. Terrifying Bridge.
Or Bridge, okay.
Missiles. Oof. I'm not sure if Terrifying Bridge has enough missiles anymore.
Yeah, he actually... I don't think he does.
Still has...
Because it goes from 73, he needs 65.
Yeah.
And it's already... Yep. He will not have enough.
Well, it looks like Mazzy's gonna... Looks like Mazzy was gonna pull off the win. Regardless, Mazzy's got a nice setup here. Plenty of health. Plenty of missiles. And Mother Brain is dead, so there you go. GG to Mazzy for round 1. Well played. And of course, unless the escape time runs out. Hang on to your butts, everyone. Only 900 in-game seconds left.
To be fair, if you're playing casually, this is actually really hard.
Oh yeah. I think it's a great kind of thematic almost sequence, because you're like, oh god, I gotta go fast, because it gives you the countdown. So as your blind run goes, it's great.
I also do think, I mean, I could be wrong, but I think Mazzy might have the best escape outside of McFly. Like, it looks super, super sexy when he does it.
Yeah, he got like an 840.
Fast. Yeah.
Like an 840 there.
I think he hit like 847 or 848
yeah.
when he hit that ladder. It's really good.
It's really... You gotta understand how wonky it is to jump in this game, and to get that smooth of movement in the climb is very, very impressive.
So I did not watch a lot of the games. I had to be out of my house for most of the time after I was done, but I'm pretty sure Mazzy has been like insanely consistent, like 17, like 14, 17, 20, and 17, 17 or something like that.
I was also not here for the first half, so I cannot tell you. But that does not surprise me, seeing Mazzy's play here whatsoever. The runners are going to get ready for round 2. Whoever wins this round is going on to the finals to fight either McFly or J. Nick. I was saying Nitch earlier. I apologize for mispronouncing your name. Yeah. I'm aware. I said it was whoever wins this.
This match, not necessarily this game.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry. This match. Whoever wins this match. So Terrifying Bridge, if he wins the next 2 rounds, will win this match and go on to the finals. Sorry for being a little unclear. Whoever takes this match goes on to the finals. Alright. Looks like our runners are getting ready. Oh, so ready. Excited to see this conclusion here. to this match. See who takes it and goes to the finals. I love me some esports. I tell you, wow, that sync right away. Flawless.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, Mazzy's about 2 frames ahead.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's about it too. Yeah. Oh, now the frames are on even more on Mazzy's advantage now. You'd think it would be the same screen mirrored here if it weren't for the password. Oh, Mazzy taking a little bit of a hit early. A couple of them. Ouch. Scary health.
Yeah, I mean, you only take 8 health in the beginning, though, so it's not the end of the world. If he needs to, he can farm a couple Simpsons, or thank you, McFly, for having me always call them Simpsons now.
Simpsons?
Yeah, because they've got, like, the spiky hair and stuff.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I assume that's what it's from.
Yeah. I've been trying to keep up to date with all the names of the enemies that are here so far, and there are some really interesting names to the creatures in this game. Like, the manual names. I'm not sure where they came from. Dees Giga for one of them. I believe is the, what you call the, Dennis Hopper enemy. Which I think is a hilarious name. I'm sure it's just specifically that one, Dees Giga. Alright, both missiles are getting snagged here early on. Terrifying Bridge off to a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, they are both low. Mazzy can only take 1 more hit, and if you want to do this next section right, or fastest, you will take a D-boost.
Yeah, Terrifying Bridge showing off that D-boost right there. Mazzy not pulling punches, though. That did a little safer there. That was a smart decision.
He did wait for the D-boost, yeah. I think that's a very, very smart play.
Yeah, for sure. These floating creatures are very scary, come damage-wise. Waivers. But again, no Kraid first this round. They're going to go ahead to the Ice Beam and do the Ice Beam wrap into Norfair.
Which is, I mean, from what I heard about earlier rounds, I think it's definitely the safe play in the tournament.
We've had a lot of Kraid first deaths, that's true. It's a scary route, man. You just... No matter how... Even the best McFly gets flummoxed by the Kraid first, even when you do it with the safe strats. Or you could just get sub-pixeled, you know? Hard times. Both got the E-Tank there, so they're both good on health now.
Yep, and Yogi chose to go home.
Wow. Dang. From one person that's at home to another, there's some smack talk going on.
Nah, it's all good. I mean, hey, Yogi had the guts to go for it. I didn't even go for the Kraid E-Tank.
Crazy. Yeah, that's probably what I would have done. I would have probably done super safe strats myself in here. It's all in good play, everyone. All in good play.
Yogi and I are all good. I mean, I knew going to it like J-Nick was a better mechanical player than me, and so if we played the same strats, he was still going to have to mess up. And if you mess up, you're going to lose a lot more time than it takes to go grab that E-Tank. Mm-hmm. So I was willing to take that risk, but he played great.
Yeah, that's a good decision. Knowing your competition is very, very smart. So you can know what kind of strat you need to do.
That's actually a really good point by Yogi, which is exactly about knowing your competition. Like Mazzy plays super, super consistent Metroid. Mm-hmm. And so if you don't think you can take him, you have to take risks.
That's exactly it. Know your competition and play up to it, or try to play even better, you know. Sometimes the Hail Mary is all you got. The Mazzy got kind of bumped out of that the ice wrap bubble one, so that was a couple more seconds down. Terrifying Bridge playing very well right now. Has a pretty solid lead, about 10 seconds or so.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, we'll see how the rest of Norfair goes, or Ridley's hideout, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Guys, yeah, I was just reading up on the instruction manual names for all this, and it's like, no, I know it's Norfair and Lower Norfair and Super Metroid, but they're just hideouts in this one. I guess they didn't have the flushed out story when it came up to the Super Metroid at that point.
Yeah, for the longest time I tried to figure out like what Kraid's area was called, and I was like, wait, it's just Kraid's hideout.
It's just hideout 1 and then the hideout 2 for Ridley. But I think Kraid's lair sounds a little more official.
Well, at least then he has like a home or a
True.
a domain.
All right, there it is. Lower Norfair for Terrifying Bridge. Good health at the moment. No missiles, so can't really kill anything, but I don't think you really need to upwards towards Ridley. Unless you're going for safe strats. Farm a missile or two at the bees coming up here.
Having missiles is underrated for the balls. Like, it can save you so much heartache. If you're newer to the game, I would definitely suggest farming a couple missiles here.
Yeah, because they do a lot of damage.
Yes, and Terrifying Bridge did a really good job on that previous screen.
Mm-hmm. Very well done. Yeah, the missile farm here is for this room specifically. These the multi-violas, I think they're called. Weird names.
You are so much better at this lore and commentary thing than I am.
I just like to bring it because it makes it a little more interesting sometimes to know the actual enemy names. Like, I don't even know the enemy names, so I'm just like, I'll look it up and share this information with them. But yeah, the multi-violas hit for like 25, I think, a piece, and that's pretty scary. But with Ice Beam, you shouldn't really have a problem with this room. Their patterns are pretty predictable. Alright. We have the jump here, and into the Ridley fight. Not even hit standing up going into Ridley. Free as free fight can be. Nice mashing right now by Terrifying Bridge.
Yeah, if you mash at the exact right rhythm or rate, you can actually get the bosses to stall out. And you could feasibly, if you were good enough, the task can definitely do it where they will never, like Ridley will never jump, Kraid will never move forward or back. Like, it'll just be 100% until they're dead.
That would be impressive to see. I don't know if it's just a pure speed thing or more of a rhythm thing.
It's a rhythm thing. I know Kraid.
It is a rhythm
Kraid, you have to hit him. If you hit him every 4 frames, I believe he will stay frozen. Ridley, I'm not sure on the timing, but I know, like, I've watched Janik do, like, where Ridley only gets maybe 2 or maybe 3 jumps. Like, he's pretty good with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the way you hold your controller for Ridley, since you actually don't have to move, can be interesting. Like, and I've deployed the hold select and mash B and left, or hold B and mash select and left, whichever it is, because in this game the inputs are interesting. Like, if you hold B and then you hit left or right, you'll actually just shoot. So you can use that to mash.
Yeah, and I do the second one that you do on Ridley. I hold B and then I mash left and select.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's hold B. I think you have to hold B to do that. So.
But yeah, as long as you're holding B, pretty much any other input, I believe, other than jump, will cause you to shoot.
That is correct. It's pretty neat.
I suppose other than start as well, because start will pause it.
Yeah. Terrifyingbridge has a pretty significant lead here. It's grown quite a bit still.
Yeah, he has been playing incredibly well here. And Mazzy hasn't even been playing bad. He's just had a couple like little bits here and there. But he's about a room and a half ahead, which is probably maybe a 20-second lead. Oh, never mind. Mazzy's at 5 health. Wow.
Oof, I didn't even notice that. Wow. Very scary for this area.
Yeah, Mazzy cannot be touched the rest of the way.
I would even go to kill the big guy there and try to get a help. The side.
I would have definitely thrown a missile at Dennis Hopper. I don't know what you call this side hop thing.
It's called the side hopper manual, which is clearly wrong. It's Dennis Hopper. I actually like Dennis Hopper. That's pretty funny.
It's a clever name.
It is. So we have an easy crate fight here. Once you get the E-tank and you have all those missiles, it's so free.
Yep, and yeah, so Bridge got it. Let's hope Mazzy can get it too.
No
So I want to keep this really good. I want to keep this really close.
It's gonna be too scary there.
Mazzy getting trolled a little bit by the top spike. If you don't freeze it on Kraid, it can get in your way a little bit.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Alright. Both down, both up-aing their way back to Brinstar's beginning. And both, I'm sure they're going to take the tank here. Fill their health up since they all have the missiles for it. That Brinstar jumping movement here. Yeah. Again, you only need 93 missiles in the end game. So if Terrifyingbridge doesn't use any missiles on the way up here, there's no farming at all that's going to be necessary.
Yep. So at the point that he's at, you need 98, correct?
Oh,
because
yeah,
he has the missile door right before Kraid
right.
Ridley.
You're right, before Torian's 98. Still 8 bonus missiles at this point. Depending on how close
he did waste a lot of missiles last game though.
That's true. Had some rough rinkas last time.
Honestly, like if I were him and I was feeling shaky at all, I would probably take a group of 3 Metroids and probably try to kill all 3 of them on different frames.
Yeah. Yep.
And so then if you get one of those, you're golden. You've got like almost 30 extras then.
Yeah, the extra drops in Torian are definitely worth going for if you need it, or even just to be safe. And I think at this point that might be a good call.
Yeah, he's about a half a minute ahead.
Yeah.
Which is definitely enough time to kill 3-6 Metroids. Like, a lot of Metroids. He's just going for it, though. I mean, good for him.
Yeah. If you feel safe doing it, power to you. Got through there without getting hit.
That's actually one thing. I don't think I would have went for that. If I'm full at 388 health, I don't think I would have wasted the few seconds it takes just to miss one hit. Because Bridge is definitely good enough not to take 400 points worth of damage.
I agree on that one. It's like a minor loss of frames there, but it's just one that you don't really need. Or actually, it's like, no, Mazzy's doing the same thing. Huh. They want their hit points.
So Mazzy's gonna have, I think, 79 missiles? Like, I think Mazzy's gonna go for it. Mazzy has run any percent a lot. He's run a lot of the categories. And so I think he is definitely gonna go for this. And good, okay, Brunch is got health. So he almost for sure is gonna farm some Metroids here.
Here we are. All right.
Good, he got one. We're good.
That was a definite boon of luck there for Terrifyingbridge getting that missile and health right away. the perfect drops that you can ask for in that situation. Their miss is going in there.
I do agree with Minkus, though. I think Mazzy's just going to go for it because Mazzy's had practice with this, and he probably knows he's behind. This is going to be really exciting because I think Mazzy has a chance if he just really goes all out to catch Bread for Brunch. But if not, then like Bread for Brunch, Terrifying Bridge definitely has the advantage big time.
Is Terrifying Bridge just the Twitch name and Bread for Brunch everywhere else?
Yeah, I think he goes by Bread for Brunch more often than Terrifying Bridge. I just think Bread for Brunch is an awesome name.
I agree. I think it's great. All right, hey, Mazzy's going for it, and Terrifying Bridge having a little issues here at the end. Keeps falling.
So I didn't check Mazzy, but so he had 62 at the start of that, so that means 70. So he hasn't lost any missiles yet.
All right.
He can lose 3 missiles. He's lost 1 missile now. Sorry, he can lose 5. I can't count.
It's all good. There's a lot of quick math going on here at the end of the game. But Terrifying Bridge on Mother Brain now has a lot of good.
As is Mazzy.
Mazzy is caught up. They're both fighting Mother Brain, and Mazzy's gonna have to pull off some more aggressive Mother Brain strats here to catch up, I think. Oh, maybe not. Terrifying Bridge having.
I mean, he will, but he has done a really good job dealing with. Okay, so Bridge is done at 46, so he is definitely ahead. Mazzy,
Yeah.
I think, only has maybe 5 shots left. No, he's still got like 10.
Yeah. Needed to try with some of the more aggressive strats like that right there. But that's okay. Looks like Terrifying Bridge is taking our game 2, and we're going to have a game 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say I am totally fine with this. We get to see game 3, barring something terrible.
Alright, there it is. GG. 17-22.
Yeah, that's an awesome time.
Very good.
But
time.
like watching Mazzy go up this is almost like what the task does. It's so good, and I assume he's practiced so much on it because once again, 8:45. That's just crazy.
That is so good. that's
Like
magical.
And I'm sure Mitch or maybe J-Nick could probably do that too. But like it's crazy to watch people go up that escape that fast because it is so hard to jump in this game.
Yes, it is. All right. GG to Terrifying Bridge. That was awesome.
Get to see a game 3. This is exciting.
Game 3. And that was a close one. Nobody made any real mistakes there. Just the little stuff that cost Mazzy that time.
I do once again want to give a shout out to all of our runners though. Like some of the runners, I think you guys should just go to the bracket and just look up everyone and follow everyone. You don't need to follow me. That's fine. But like there are a few of the people in this tournament are trying to get affiliate. They're trying to get their 50 followers, and like look at how good they are. They just haven't been found yet. So like, give them a help. Go out, follow everyone in the tournament. Like you don't know how big of a help that could be just going and clicking a button for them.
One of the biggest things that you can do for a streamer on Twitch is just follow them. That's support right there.
Like I know I'm gonna be honest, and this is kind of crazy. I'm kind of crazy, but like every morning I'm a small streamer. I get up and like I'll look at my Yahoo Mail, which I have my Twitch account to. Like go for like people growing up in the 90s who have Yahoo Mail. And like I look and I have a folder where all my follows go to, and it's like right at the top, and I'm like, yes, I got to follow overnight. Like I wasn't even streaming, I got to follow. That's awesome. Like follows like make streamers' days if they're smaller streamers, and so make sure to give them a follow because you could also be helping them get affiliate, which means they can get subs and money from Twitch.
There you go. Follow everyone, support everyone. That's what we're all here for, man. And these amazing tournament matches, which Game 3 has just started here. Mazzy versus Bridge. Bridge Brunch Bread.
Okay, come on, Aaron. I know you had a Yahoo Mail.
Yahoo Mail getting a shout out.
Oh boy, Mazzy's going Crate first.
Oh, ho, ho. Mazzy's going crazy. Okay, so Mazzy wants to, doesn't want to just be just a close match. Mazzy wants to straight up win this match. He's going Crate first. He wants that, what, minute at a time save that this is going to come here? Oh, man. Here we go.
I mean, Mazzy has finished Crate first runs hundreds of times.
Yeah.
But it is so stressful to do in a tournament/race setting. Like, it's unbelievable.
It's incredibly scary. That much is true. Again, you even saw McFly earlier, who's been doing this game for how long? So yeah, you know, no matter how skilled you are, this route is always going to be scary. So here's eyes on Mazzy right now. See if they can complete this. No Dennis Hopper BS this time.
In the immortal words of Metroid McFly, suck it, Dennis.
The immortal words, mind you. Alright, we got a missile grab for Terrifying Bridge. It's gonna go up and get that ice beam now.
I'm sorry, I'm going to be honest. I'm not watching Bridge's screen for the next minute.
It's okay.
We've seen this twice already, or 4 times if you count both of them. If like pretty much if Mazzy gets this, it's 99% chance he's going to be able to pull this out. If he doesn't, he's going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I think it's over at that point. We saw Yogi even lose an early Crate first, still get it the second time around, and still lose by a significant margin. So, all right,
he got it. That's the first half of it.
There we go. Taking a little hit there from a claw. That might be a fatal mistake. We'll find out here.
He's going for it too. You know, if I did Crate first, I was probably going to the third one, go underneath it, just to take some extra hit, or be able to get some extra hits in, but Mazzy's going for it.
Oh, got the bad pattern there, though, with the spikes in the chest. Uh-oh. Has to kill.
He's got to go under this one.
Alright, yeah. Oh, no! What hit him?
So, there is a bug, or it's not a bug, but if you hit Kraid, I think it's the exact frame that his spike goes back into him, it will count as you taking damage from the spike.
That is such a crap way to lose. Oh man. My heart is out for Mazzy right now. That's an in-game glitch. I mean, the glitches, sometimes they work for you, sometimes they work against you. And in this case, it has killed Mazzy's Kraid run. Kraid had to be like 2 hit points left there.
It was really close. Like, obviously, like, we weren't counting, but it was close.
And Kraid has some 80-some health, and each shot does 1 damage.
Mega Striker, no. Now he tries it again, and he's going to see if he can do it this time with almost no health. Or he can try the farm. But, I mean, it's really, really rough at this point for Mazzy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that might have sealed Mazzy here. That's such a brutal way to lose out. I was unaware of the spike glitch like that. That really sucks.
Yep, it's just that kind of like right when that spike kind of goes from the right side to Kraid's body. If you're hitting Kraid at that exact moment at that spike, you'll take damage.
Frame perfect. Well done.
And I'm not sure on the timing. I assume it's very close, but. And I think Mazzy actually forgot that there's no E-Tank there.
I think so as well. Oh, did Mazzy pause?
Unfortunately.
Oh,
I think it's paused.
Is Mazzy doing the... Let me look at the... Nope.
Thankfully, he has not. At least forfeited. I wonder if he's actually just doing the normal Ridley first route now? I think I'm with Daniel. I would actually just reset the game right now.
It would be the best way to go about it, honestly. Like, anytime you're gonna catch up would be Kraid first again anyways. So.
You know, and honestly, it makes sense that he's a little confused as to what to do, because the moment you mess up on Kraid, you reset in PB attempts. And so, like, normally, like, you die, you're back in Kraid's hideout, you're like, oh, well, I can save time. I don't need to do the beginning part again, but you forget that E-Tank's gone.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's actually just going to go ahead and do the normal route now. Like, obviously he knows he's way behind, but, I mean, there is the kind of psychological aspect where if you mess this up, do you really want to reset and try it again when you're already like
way behind,
a little down, a little like feeling like I'm in trouble? No, I mean,
for sure.
I totally understand what Mazzy's doing right now.
There's also the fact that say Terrifying Bridge only goes up with like 60 missiles and then gets no missile luck. You know, that's a huge time loss. If you have no missiles at the end, you have to up a out of Torian and then go back and farm more missiles.
Yep, and that happened race 1.
Mm-hmm. You know, it happens, you know. So that's why you never give up in a race. You never know what's gonna happen. Even if you feel you're out of it, you gotta still give it your all, because you're never out of it until your opponent/opponents have it. There's the missile grab from Mazzy, so he's gonna go around and get the ice beam now. Here's the quick room here for Terrifying Bridge. Yeah, there's this thing to be said about race save strats and like race composure. It's tough. Races are tough. They will challenge you at every turn of your speed game. Your knowledge of it, and you know what situations you want to be in. This is why I like to say no reset practice is so important, because you'll get in situations you normally would never be in just going straight through RTA. So it's important to learn all those backup strats.
Yep, and unfortunately, the only way you can get better at it is by joining more tournaments, joining more races.
Sure.
Like there are nerves, like at least the composure part.
Yes.
Like, obviously, you can do your no resets, and you can have, like, all the contingencies of what you'll do in different situations, but there's always going to be those nerves, and you just got to work on it. You got to keep entering races, entering tournaments, and eventually it gets better.
That's true. That's true. Race nerves are absolutely killer. I know some amazing runners who have just the race nerves just can just get the best of them. You know, that's the way it is. You know, you just got to do tournaments, and like Cove said, you gotta keep doing it. You can't shy away from it. You can't be scared. You gotta work through those nerves.
And Bridge has a pretty decent Ridley time at a high 820.
There you go. Bridge is.
And I will say thank you to RGL, because I feel like you guys give, like with these onots, it's a lot of like really low pressure opportunities to join like really fun tournaments. And so thank you for having these, because they're a ton of fun.
This is our pleasure. We love running the tournaments. That's why we have so many more in the future, as you've seen here earlier on RGL. And anyone can join, absolutely anyone. Learn the speed game. There will be a cutoff, of course. Like, I'm sure there's a limit of what your PV needs to be. But anybody can join. You learn the game, you come join in, and we have fun here. You know? It's a tournament still. You want to win. But you always got to make sure to have fun, and don't be a poor sport about things.
Yeah, it's a great way to be able to just learn a new game. Like I took part in the FF4 one, and I think I had run like 2 no 64 glitch or 64 glitch runs ever, and I was like, yeah, let's have some fun and run it for a day, and I won a match or 2, and it was a lot of fun. It gives you an excuse to learn a new game or take part in something. It's fun.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite part of all, lest it be like a marathon or a tournament, is that you get to learn something you didn't before. If it's designed that way. I'm not saying like you have like a Ninja Gaiden 2 onot. I'm not expecting like Jimmy to not want to be amazing at it, you know. But for new runners of these games, you get to learn a brand new experience, a brand new speed game. You get to add to your speed game repertoire, Because trust me, when you run a lot of games, and a lot of different games specifically, you're going to pick up a lot of different things the NES games do. So you can actually bring your skill set from like Metroid or Ninja Gaiden or Contra or something, and you can take that into a new speed game, and you'll start to feel that groove kind of just happen. So
Exactly.
all right, so we got some crate fight going on here.
I will say, Terrifying Bridge did something really smart. So he's kind of on that border of like, will I have enough missiles? Will I not? There was a missile drop that he got from one of the bats, which I'm sure you can tell me their name. But he actually jumped way up and kind of backtracked, wasted a second or so to grab that missile drop, and like those 2 missiles could actually be important.
Oh, for sure. You want to get as many as you can. And the enemy is called a Scree.
Thank you. I actually knew that one, but
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to miss out on missiles if you can just snag them. Especially, I mean, he's got to know he's got such a good lead right now, so you kind of want to just safe strat it down the stretch. Don't need to push it when you don't have to.
wait, so are you telling me that wasn't called a flying Simpson?
Oh, Flying Simpsons, silly me. I forgot this is actually a Simpsons game. This actually spawned the Simpsons now that I think about it. There's the E-Tank grab for the Terrifying Bridge.
I do wonder if the game actually wanted you to have to get one of those Simpsons to go all the way across the ceiling and get it when it was on that right wall there.
Sometimes you feel like they purposely did some of these things. You have to really wonder if they did or not after playtesting it. Makes it interesting.
Because obviously they knew there was a way you could freeze something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it was talking about the Screes or the other guys.
Oh, the what are those buggers called? The Zoomers.
Yeah, that actually sounds right. I've heard that before.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like when NES games made ridiculous names for enemies, so I really enjoyed the bestiary of Metroid.
I actually kind of feel bad. I'm fact checking you by thinking, have I heard that word before?
It's all good. Oh, we got a Ridley fight. Mazzy. And right as Terrifying Bridge is going into Torian.
Yeah, you know, I gotta hand it to Mazzy for trying the grade first route, but I found personally when I do things like I usually set like a game plan going into all my races or tournaments,
right? And
I don't deviate from it no matter what. And even my second game, I knew if I wanted to win, I would have probably had to do grade first against Janik, but I was like, you know what? I think there's a low chance that I'll actually get that. I think there's a higher chance that he'll mess up. And so I stuck with it. I find that when you deviate from whatever your game plan is, like, it rarely ends out well.
That is 100% true. There's muscle memory going into this, but you're thinking RTA, but when you're thinking of marathon strats, or just safe strats, period, for a tournament, if you don't stick to them, if you find yourself behind and you're getting flustered and then you're just forcing yourself to do something that you shouldn't be doing, like, you're going to have a high percentage chance of just blowing your run completely at that point. That's why it's good to do what the Cove said right there, is to stick with your game plan. And unless you're extremely efficient at doing harder strats, I would just opt out not doing them and play the percentages and see if your opponent can make a mistake.
In Sharp Eye, I wouldn't really pay attention to the seeds, at least for Terrifying Bridge. I mean, he is a Metroid world record holder, so he's not your normal true 7 seed.
Here we go with Missile Luck. Oh,
he got one. We're good.
He should be good. He does have the record at 100%.
One of them, yeah. Dragon Dart still has the the Deathless, which apparently you are not a fan of.
I don't mind it because I know it's a very old school category for like SDA. 'Cause I know the old SDA motto was basically the speedrun just had to look good, didn't really have to be like super efficient. So I don't mind it too much, but yeah, I much prefer like the fastest routes for a specific category.
Yeah, I'm just thrilled that he found something because he is one of the newer runners and he's taken to the game so incredibly quickly. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's incredible to watch. He's clearly a highly skilled player here. It's probably a little different doing this Mother Brain fight when you're not like full of E-tanks and missiles.
Yeah, you're not at 800 health with 255 missiles.
Practically an immortal walking through the final Mother Brain room.
Oh no, Mazzy's message.
Oh no, did Mazzy? Oh, that's unfortunate right there. So it looks like Terrifying Bridge is going to take game 3 at a pretty significant lead. It's going to take down Mother Brain here very shortly. There's Mother Brain goes, and Terrifying Bridge is just going to run on out and grab that win and move on to the finals, where they will either face J-Nick or Metroid McFly.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if he has a good climb, he's going to be right there in that kind of 17 teens range, which is an incredibly good run.
Yeah, and big respect to Mazzy for going all out, you know. Sometimes it just doesn't pay off. Very nice climb there, low 840. 17-17 flat. Congratulations, Terrifying Bridge. Did a wonderful job. And again, give a follow to all of our runners here, displaying their amazing speed skills throughout the Metroidverse.
Yeah, and I will say, like, I am like personal friends with most of the people in this tournament, but I do think like there are a billion super nice people on Twitch. Mazzy might be the nicest person on Twitch. like he's incredible. So great job, Mazzy. I'm sad we won't see you in the final, but at least we get to see Bread for Brunch, who will be bringing it hard.
Yeah, and yeah, like the chat just said, Mazzy actually lost only because of that glitch cost him. That ridiculous crate glitch. But still, gotta hand it Terrifying Bridge. Consistent play will win over going for too difficult a stretch sometimes.